36-year-old Gray Mendez ran a daycare center in the Bronx. At the same time, officials say she rented a room to her husband's cousin for $200 a week. Authorities believe that intersection proved tragic, forcing babies to share their safe space with an illegal drug operation. Friday afternoon, 3 little ones at the Divino Niño Daycare on the 2700 block of Morris Avenue could not wake up from their naps. Authorities believe the youngsters overdosed on fentanyl. Narcan revived an 8-month-old girl and 2-year-old boy, both now recovering. But no such mercy for 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici, who was pronounced dead at the hospital.
I love him, I miss him, I want him back. But there's nothing that will give me back my son.
A 4th child was picked up earlier in the day but fell ill to the same symptoms. He is now in stable condition. The judge decided Mendez is a flight risk and refused bail at her arraignment. Her family left without comment.
Well, this video should be dropping the day after the election, so I hope you got out there and voted. Of course, when this has been recorded, it hasn't happened yet. So basically, we won't go into who won, who lost, what the whole situation is. We'll discuss that on another day once we're caught up. But what I want to bring out to you on this edition of Man with the Show, a while back, and we've discussed it on other videos as well. If you remember the situation about the daycare center was an actual fentanyl drug mill. And this was back, and we discussed that the husband to the owner of this facility was found guilty and found 45 years in prison. Well, we have a update on the wife concerning about the death of the 22-year-old Nicholas Dominici to that situation. And we're going to read this into, and this is out of the New York Post. Owner of the New York City daycare center where toddler fatally ingested fentanyl pleads guilty to federal charges. A woman who owned a New York City daycare center where a toddler died after ingesting fentanyl pleaded guilty to a federal drug charge last week. More than a year after September 2023 death of 22-year-old Nicholas Dominici, Gray Mendez entered a plea in Manhattan to charges including conspiracy to distribute narcotics, resulting in the death. Earlier this month, her husband, Felix Hera Garcia, was sentenced to 45 years in prison after pleading guilty to a drug charge causing bodily harm. Mendez, 37, cried briefly as she explained that she agreed with her husband and another person to possess and distribute drugs then in September 2023, helped the pair package and store the narcotics in the Bronx apartment where she ran Divino Niño Daycare. This will haunt me as long as I live, says Mendez, who has 4 children of her own, which they're probably going to be taken away. Mendez said her husband encouraged her to open the daycare center. Sure, put it on there, on him. It takes 2 to tango on this. And she believed he was doing it to help her. But she said as soon as the doors opened, she realized that it was actually a perfect way to conceal his drug business. She already knew he was a drug dealer. She married a drug dealer. She married a massive fentanyl drug dealer. To the point, you open up a daycare center and in the back kitchen, you're cooking up drugs. Come on. Mendez is due to be sentenced March 3rd. She faces a mandatory of 20 years in prison and potentially up to life behind bars. Probably most likely she will get life behind bars. The 3 other children exposed to the fentanyl at the daycare center survived after medics administered the overdose reverse drug Narcan. Police executing a search warrant on the Bronx apartment found a large quantity of fentanyl and other drug paraphernalia hidden beneath a trapdoor in the children's play area. Photos shared by the police at the time showed bags full of powder concealed by plywood and tile flooring. Investigators also found a kilogram of fentanyl stored on top of the playmats used by children on multiple devices for mixing the powder and other narcotics and pressing them into bricks. Prosecutors have said Mendez also took steps to cover up the drug operation after realizing that some of the children were not waking up from their naps. They say she called her husband before alerting first responders, who was later seen on surveillance footage entering the building and leaving through the back alley with multiple shopping bags. Statement U.S. Attorney Damian Williams called Mendez's conduct reprehensible. Greta Mendez has just admitted she conspired to maintain and distribute large quantities of dangerous, toxic fentanyl in a Bronx daycare center, a place where parents expected their children would be protected and safe, he said. From the beginning, the case has shown senseless collateral damage caused by the fentanyl epidemic and should remind us that all demand for illegal narcotics so often puts innocent bystanders at risk while drug traffickers ruthlessly pursue profits. And that's correct. That is correct to that nature. Mendez's lawyer did not respond to the emails seeking comment. They have previously said she had no knowledge of the drug operation. Bullshit! While suggesting that her husband was responsible for the drugs. Mendez has also been charged in state court with murder, manslaughter, and assault. She has pleaded not guilty. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing to the whole situation. And how do you not know your husband is doing drugs? You could see this blatantly. You know you married a drug dealer. Straight out. You know he was dealing drugs. That's where the money came in that put food on your table and to feed your kids, clothe your kids, send your kids to school, to that situation. You opened the daycare center as a front. You know that. Obviously, you know that to that situation. Here's the other problem to the situation, and this is New York's problem. And this is situations with daycare centers. Is that there has to be a better inspection to these small daycare. I understand there are people out there, grandparents, adults that would love to take care of kids for family and make a little extra money on the side, but they should be investigated. They should be checked on a spot check on a constant basis on there, because you might think that you're doing right, but sometimes you might be doing wrong as well. You're taking care of kids. This particular couple didn't care. They didn't care for the kids that they were taking care of, as much as they said, well, we got 4 of our own to that situation. 1 kid died on your watch. 3 others sent to the hospital. And they said, well, it was an accident to the situation. No. The accident could have been avoided by not having drugs around these children, not making fentanyl. Fentanyl is dangerous, even in an aerial form where it's dust in the air. That can affect you. You can OD on that immediately. This is what's been happening. This is the same thing when you're cooking up drugs also. You have many other drugs that have been cooked up in the kitchens and stuff like that. Those are very dangerous. The gases alone, the powder in the air, this is what happens. But also, there are those out there that, like I said, want to legitimately be in the business, but there are rules and regulations on them that should be followed so kids are safe. Stuff like this doesn't come to light until somebody dies. And that's wrong. That's totally wrong. There are things our New York Council should be concentrating on as far as rules, regulations, laws. But, you're sitting there decriminalizing crimes, laws. Like, they just decriminalized jaywalking. They said, well, jaywalking, there's, people that are a minority that get caught more often. Well, that should tell you something. That should tell you right out there that basically those in the minority community should be taught that you shouldn't jaywalk. Not that, we're just going to get rid of the law, all intentional on that. And, we have another video talking about that on our election video. They said, well, you decriminalize the law. Well, if people are murdering and the good chunk of them are minorities, should we decriminalize murder? That might sound stupid, but the thing about it is you have to think about it. We have laws on the books for certain reasons. Jaywalking does, and this is the thing they don't talk about, can snatch up those who are committing crimes. Yeah, that's right. And it has. It has. It's the same way as if someone is driving in a neighborhood and they have out-of-state plates and they're driving in, say, for example, in a Staten Island neighborhood, which has basically had a lot of crime, drug dealings and stuff like that, and you have, say, for example, Florida plates, and you get pulled over and they say, oh, you pulled me over because I'm a minority. I say, no, I pulled you over because you have Florida plates on and you're in the wrong neighborhood to be in. If you're a tourist, you shouldn't be in this neighborhood. It's very dangerous. You can get killed. Or are you there to buy drugs or to commit a crime? See, people don't think these things. They don't think these things out. They don't look at the facts. They don't look at the truth behind it. No, they're listening to activists. That says, well, you got to eliminate the bail. We got to eliminate this. We got to eliminate that. No. We have to strengthen our laws and regulations, enforce the laws that we have on our books. Or we'll have another Nicholas Dominici die on this in New York City watch. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Because people, they sit there, thumbing their thumbs on there saying everything is racist, but they don't look into what is truly going on out there. They don't look at what's going on. They try to put the racists in there. They wanted to, they said, well, white people don't get arrested on that. Well, maybe some of them don't want to do that, but there are ones that do get arrested. It depends on where you are. I remember the stupidest thing someone said one time, that was it Walmart or one of the big box stores, that they were putting away hair care that is normally suited for minority blacks. They said, well, they locked it away. Can't get to it. That's pretty racist. But all the other stuff on there. Well, back before all this insanity of shoplifting going on, they used to shoplift those care products on a constant basis. Companies used to lose a lot of money on those certain products. So, of course, they're going to put it in a lock it away. Look what is happening now. That they've locked up everything now. Everything is up for grabs. So it's not racist. It's just basically they're trying to save money by basically making sure that product is there for you to buy when it's time for you to come buy that product. That they have it in stock. Because there are stores that stop carrying some of this stuff because of that. And people are upset about that too. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts about this? 20 years, life imprisonment. What's your thoughts about this? Don't forget to hit that like, share this video, and hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. That little button down there that says subscribe, hit that right now. Because of the thousands and thousands of videos, you chose this one, and we really thank you for your attention on this particular subject matter. It's very important. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and so long.